starting lineup for the Spartans. Jamari Robinson, 9 points a game, almost 5 assists per game. He's leading the AMC in that category. Kai Woodfall, 13.3 points a game, and he is making tons of three-pointers. He's made the most three-pointers in the AMC. Pablo Hernandez, 14 points a game, 5 rebounds. He is the 14th leading all-time scorer in Missouri Baptist history. Jesus Castillo, 9 points a game. He has started every game, and he has 65 three-pointers of his own. And Callum Barker, the big guy in the middle, the Hobart, Australia native, played some at Bradley University, averaging 8.5 points per game. On the other side, the Fighting Scots have Amir Savic, a 6'3 senior from Croatia. He's averaging 15 points a game. Eric Moses, a 6'4 senior from Nigeria. He's averaging 13.5. Antanas Kremelis, he is from Lithuania, averaging 6.5 points a game. Blake Bradshaw, what's he doing on the team? He's from Arkansas. Yeah. Blake Bradshaw, 6'8 freshman forward, and Ray Price from Bartlett, Tennessee. And Callum Barker wins the tip. And the Spartans going right to left in this opening half in their home white unis trimmed in navy. And the Scots are in their road blue trimmed in red and white. Spartans have the first possession. Barker in the left block, double teamed, and spins away from it. First possession of the game, down in the block to Hernandez, double team, floats it up, and it falls in. Pablo only had 29 on Thursday, and he starts right up there again.
Only 29 on Thursday. And your point there being Arkansas, what's he doing on the team? This college is in Arkansas, believe it or not. But all of their starters from Croatia and Nigeria and Lithuania, and they got a player from Serbia, Herzegovina. There's a three that goes in and out.
Spun out for Eric Moses. And the Spartans lead at 2-love. Just underway here. Glad you're with us. For Spartan basketball, down to the post to Barker. They double team the post. He dribbles away from it and throws it away. Stolen away by Moses. Kevin mentioned Nigeria. That's where he is from. Over to the right wing, it goes to Sabic. He's from Croatia. I won't keep up with all those nations.
Yeah, let's just
throughout the day.
You've been educated. Now we're just going to call them by their name.
Kremelis down into the post, turning. Blake Bradshaw fumbles it out of bounds. And the Spartans, with good defense by Barker, get the ball right back.
Yeah, he's a good-looking freshman, 6'8", from Conway, Arkansas. Again, as you might imagine with most freshmen, probably needs to beef up just a little bit, but you can tell he's got a little bit of game.
Looks like he's got a little patch over the left eyebrow now that I look closer at him, and Hernandez is run over by Ray Price. Chasing the ball, he ended up running over Pablo Hernandez.
First foul of the game goes against the freshman from Bartlett, Tennessee.
Chad Tapp has been with Lyon College 5 seasons. He's got 2 brand new first-year coaches, Justin and Jeremy Wagner. They're twins, and they're helping him coach the team. Talked to both of those guys before the game. Barker spins into the paint, lost it on the way up, and it goes out to Robinson. Step back triple. Yes. Jamari Robinson has been hitting the long ball a lot more often the last 2-3 weeks.
He's now up to 29 on the season, and he's not afraid to take it. That is a foul, absolutely, as Ray Price, after making that pass, kind of pushed off on Jamari Robinson.
2 quick fouls on Price, and he'll take a seat, be replaced by Chave Zachary. He is from Morrilton, Arkansas, 5'10" guard, averaging about 4 points a game. And he checks into the game because of foul trouble for Ray Price. Spartans fumble it away.
Yeah, Jamori trying that lob pass into the paint to Pablo. Pablo was going a different direction, so it looked really bad because he just literally threw the ball out of bounds.
Kevin, we were talking about Jamari getting over 300 assists sometime probably today. The record that we saw set by Will Harrington just a couple years ago is in the 350s. And Jamari's just a junior. He's going to shatter the assist record here at MBU.
Bucket by Bradshaw there, gets him on the board. It's 5-2, and you're exactly right. I mean, he's been playing a lot of minutes since he was a freshman as well. So barring anything unforeseen, he's going to leave MBU as the all-time assist leader.
Ty Woodfall straightaway triple is off the rim. He struggled shooting it the other night, and this is his first one here today. And the score remains 5-2.
Yeah, he hasn't been quite as automatic as what we've seen early in the season. Really has struggled a little bit over the last week and a half, since that Harris Stowe game, as a matter of fact.
Shave Zachary has checked into the game also for Coach Tapp now. 17-footer away and too strong. Rebound Barker.
But the great thing about Kai is even when he's not hitting offensively, he is playing defense. And you saw it there, really trying to hustle to get out and block that shot or at least alter it. Another one?
Jamari wants another three, and another three. A pair of them here in the opening moments of the first half. Spartans lead it 8-2. As I mentioned, he had 17 points against this team back in December. Moses has it, guarded by Hernandez. We're in the early moments of this game. Spartans by 6, 8-2. Moses puts it on the deck and waits. Now down into the freshman Bradshaw, who traveled. Kevin doing some officiating over here. Well done.
He hit him. No, I didn't think there was a travel. I thought there was a foul.
No.
Looked like he got hit right across the head, actually.
Now the near side official talks to Antanas Kremelis and says, hey, you got a bracelet on. You got to take that thing off.
Yeah, even though it's just rubber, he makes him take it off. It's just, he's got that little, man bun scrunchy thing going. So, in case he blows a band out there and he wants to be prepared, Now we got to call a timeout if that thing gets loose. Speaking of getting loose,
He has started off just fine. 3 threes for Jamari Robinson. He has 9 of the Spartan 11 points, and Coach Cap wants a timeout. And the officials give it to him. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers is the official chicken of Missouri Baptist Athletics. When you're heading home after the game, head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Cane's fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers and sauce. It's the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Listen, I stopped at the old Raising Cane's on the way here. And, man, I'm telling you, French fries there. I mean, I know it's a chicken joint, but the French fries are serious.
Yeah, you mentioned that 2-3 weeks ago. So I took my son to Raising Cane's, and I paid particular attention to the fries. You're exactly right.
And that Texas toast. Look
out.
out.
Oh, my gosh. You got to keep me away from that stuff because I'll just pack on the carbs, man. Give me a whole loaf of that stuff.
Hey, for those of you watching the game and your MBU fans across the board at halftime of this game, Kevin's going to sit down with head football coach Jason Brianek and talk about their recruiting class that's coming in. It was just National Letter of Intent signing day. Well, it's coming up, the big day.
Right.
But they've already got a bunch of signatures, and Coach B is going to talk it over with the football announcer, Kevin Paulus, and a beautiful drive by Moses, who scores and gets fouled. And the foul will be called against Callum Barker.
First of the game against the Spartans, and you're right, Eric Moses, a senior from Nigeria, averages 13.5 points a game. That was a nice drive and finish by him. We'll see if he can complete the three-point play, and he does.
Kevin, when the Spartans beat them 62-56, now get that, they had 56 points. Moses had 22 of them.
Right.
11-5 Spartans. 15:38 to go in the opening half. Castillo, Jamari, want to shoot it again? No, he lobs it into the block. They're doubling the post every time. This team knows what the Spartans like to do. Jamari, step back three, and it's off the front of the
right on line, just a little short. That score that you mentioned a moment ago is meaningful for a couple of reasons, not just Moses' contribution to their 56 points, but Spartans only scored 62 in that game. We're held to just 62 points. Now off to a much better start this afternoon, already scoring 11 points through 5 minutes of this game. But we'll see if that can continue. That's a nice move that time by Bradshaw.
Good reverse layup by the freshman, using the rim to protect his shot attempt. And it's a 4-point lead for the Spartans. Woodfall left wing. Into the post, Barker. Here comes the double team. Dumps to Hernandez, and what a foul.
They're going to call a foul on Lyon. I'm not sure what that one was about.
And the foul is called on Sabich. Amir Sabich picks up his first.
Littles, McKelvin, and Yeager into the game for the Spartans.
They're really forcing Barker to give up the ball. They double team down on it.
They are, but it would be interesting. You're going to keep the ball out of Barker's hands. That just frees up Pablo, you would think. That's a 2 that time for Kai, but nice to see him find the range. That's the thing with the Spartans. You focus on Barker, Hernandez is going to kill you, or vice versa.
Well, that's if Cal can make the good pass.
Right.
Rebound, Jaeger. John will take it 94 feet. Now spin to the wing, straight away McKelvin. He wants 3.
Yep.
And he knocks it down. And I don't know if you just noticed, Kevin. The bottoms of McKelvin's shoes, one is blue.
One's blue and one's gold. Yeah, he's had those for the majority of the season. I went home and I have an 11-year-old, as you know, the Seahawks fan. That,
dogging him on.
Yeah, exactly. I said, man, this guy that plays for MBU, you know, the bottom of his shoe is one's blue and one's gold. He goes, oh, those are the blah, blah, blah. He knew exactly what the model of the shoe was. So apparently we're just not cool, Harry. Like, other people know as soon as we say one's blue, one's yellow, they're like, oh, yeah, those are the, you know, whatever they are.
I never have been cool, so.
Why start now?
Left corner, McKelvin. Ooh, I'll say that. Spartans by 9, 16-7, 13-24 to go in the half. Spartans have made 6 of 8 shots, probably 6 of 9 now. Good start shooting percentage. Bradshaw with Littles on his back, spins into the lane and uses the right hand this time, missed it, and the rebound belongs to Lyon. He traveled with no call.
Spartans trying to get the tie up there, but couldn't. That was rather aggressive by Zachary. He's got it again.
Dribbles, backs Kai down, pull up 14-footer, no. Rebound Littles. Good offensive move by Chave Zachary, just missed the jumper.
So what, Chave Zachary looks more like a wrestler than a basketball. He's built.
Yep. Jaeger puts it on the deck, drives, fumbles, double dribbles, and makes a layup. There's a lot wrong with that.
Yeah, and Chad Tapp is like, oh my gosh. He like screams it. Like, can you not see that? He's absolutely right on that.
Cornelis gets the foul. See, if I was announcing for the other team, I would be going crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaeger's first field goal of the day, the foul against Cornelis. And Paul Fitzwater is our lead official tonight. James Bickham and Robert Frazier are the other 2 officials. Checking in for the first time tonight, Zalik Sharp. He's from Mustang, Oklahoma. Spartans by 12, 19-7. I wasn't watching. Did Jaeger make a free throw?
He did. 3-point play.
Steal by Robinson. 4 on 3 the other way. Dish to the corner. McKelvin triple. Too strong. 12 minutes to go opening half. Spartans by 12, 19-7. This Scots team slows you down. Spartans aren't exploding, but they are pulling away. Into the post. Right-handed hook, no good. Rebound, good defense by Hernandez, and then he clears the glass.
Just held his ground.
Vlasic tried to jump hook it over him, and it didn't work. Robinson into the block for Pablo. Double team comes to a driving Jaeger, who will score easily. Great ball movement by the Spartans, and Jaeger has 5.
Gets applause from Matt Brock right here in front of our table. He loved the drive and the aggressiveness that time by Jaeger.
Coaches teach you, and
Another
Coach
timeout.
Tapp wants a timeout. And we'll keep it right here. Coaches teach players, pass and cut, and cut. You'll get the ball back, and you'll have good offensive opportunities. Hey, the Gateway Metro Federal Credit Union, they're the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. If you're in the market for a new home or want to refinance your existing mortgage, or if you have some other kind of lending needs, let Gateway Metro take care of it. Gateway Metro Federal Credit Union, they're the official credit union of Missouri Baptist Spartan Athletics. A good look there at the Spartan huddle. They're shooting at 67% on the day. The Fighting Scots from Lyon College are shooting 30%. The Spartans have out-rebounded them only 6-5. And so it's been very even there. And the Spartans, nothing spectacular, just steady foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah, and that's that might be actually dangerous for Lyon, because the Spartans have yet to really hit their stride offensively in this game, and yet they still lead by 14. And maybe more importantly, they've only given up 7 points through 8 minutes of this game so far.
Moses bangs his way in, misses the shot, and a rebounding foul, I think, against Hernandez. We'll wait and see. Yep, Pablo over the back. This Eric Moses is an aggressive, hard-driving player. I like his game. Savic has checked back in for the Scouts. Spartans been man-to-man this first 9 minutes of the game. Near side, Savic puts it on the deck, drives, and reverse layup good. Nicely done. Drove by all the defenders and scored. Their leading scorer on the season.
It's actually Brandon England, 23, got that one.
You're right, Kevin. So right are you. Into the block. Here comes the double team. Pablo to Littles. Errant pass, but they get a foul. That's what I'm saying. They double team, and the Spartan post players haven't passed it that well yet out of that double team.
Yeah, they're still trying to work it out. I think England just picked up the foul now there too. Got a bucket on the offensive end and committed the foul on the defense.
He's a junior from Little Rock. He went to University of Arkansas Monticello. They have 2 players from that school. Hernandez pass deflected. Littles retrieves and travels. He caught himself in between, and I'm telling you, his teammates didn't do him any favors. He was there, and they all kind of just stood and watched.
Yeah.
Somebody needed to move. .10:38 to go. Spartans by 12, and the shot clock or something. We got a
yeah,
clock
they didn't
issue.
start it soon enough, so they're gonna ask for, I believe he said 27 on the or 28 on the shot clock. So
Like
literally took 2
be
seconds
aware.
off. Yeah.
And the Fighting Scots bring it into the front court. I like that name. Brandon England on it with the ball. Now on the wing for Moses. Guarded by Littles, far away from the basket. That's a smart move by them. Pulled Torrance Littles away from the rim. Right elbow. Banging his way in, spins, and it's spun out. Tough break there for Ray Price.
Yeah, he worked hard to get there, and it almost went in, just kicked back out. Spartans looking to add to the 12-point lead they currently enjoy. This game's kind of slowed down a little bit here, Harry.
I tell you, I really.
And that's
Pablo
not going to help.
throws it away. Listen, the Spartans are not getting the ball down to the spot they want it. They're getting it to Pablo, they're getting it to Barker, but not in the place where they want it. And then that double team comes, and they are really out of sync. The Scots are doing a nice job defending that post pass.
Kai.
I say all that, and the Spartans are up 12.
Yeah, they're up 12. Yeah. They're going to have Barker and Hernandez in the game at the same time. They got the starting 5 out there again at 9:44, so about midway through the opening half. Matt Brock goes back to the starting 5 again, see if they can get something established here.
Well, Matt told me Thursday night in the post-game portion of our broadcast, is that a triple? It was.
Triple
Ray
for
Price.
Price, yeah.
That playing these guys is like going to the dentist.
Yep.
You just endure it because of the way they play. They muck it up a little bit. They slow it down for you. It changes what you do.
Yeah, maybe not as blessed athletically or, you know, being able to score the basketball, but one thing they can do is play some defense, and they do.
Woodfall. Now that's where Pablo wants it. Just outside the lane, spins into the lane, spins to the left and scores. Oh, no, he didn't with the left hand. Beautiful move, but it rattled back out. But that's exactly what they have to do. Is Pablo's got to establish his presence closer, and they've got to get the pass to him instead of lobbing it out to the wing.
Yeah, he really had a mismatch there, too. He had a 6'4" player guarding him down on the post as well and wasn't able to really capitalize on that.
Savic fires up the 3 and misses. The Spartans blocked out so well that they all looked at it and watched it bounce.
Like, I don't want it. You get it.
Free rebound for Castillo, and Barker and Bradshaw get tangled up, and Kellen Barker will get the foul. And that's his second. Barker will sit with those 2 fouls. Littles will replace him. And Matt Brock pleading his case, saying, hey, the other player pulled our player down, falling over each other. Nonetheless, second foul on Kellen Barker. He'll sit for a while. MBU women's squad lost earlier today. Bradshaw turns and misses the hook. Rebound Littles. Another flat-footed rebound. There's nobody contesting for the offensive rebound for Scots. Hernandez had a good spot, but Woodfall threw the ball a little bit further out than he wanted it. He'll spin, score out the window, and get fouled. And that foul will be on Cremelis, and that'll be his second. 2 first-half field goals for Hernandez.
2 fouls on Cremelis, as you mentioned a moment ago as well. And the other thing about the Scots, they're not incredibly deep either.
They only have about 8 guys that really contribute.
Right. Pablo gets the free throw, conventional three-point play good, and they got him doubled up, 24-12.
Yeager replaces him in the lineup. Spartans just want to play good D, run efficient offense. They should win this game easily, you would think. And right now it's that way, 24-12.
Yeah, it's trending in that direction. Let's just say that.
Moses spins into the lane, blocked by Littles, retrieved by Yeager, and here goes Robinson.
Chad Tapp can't be happy about that, and he's not.
Cut, play.
Yeager gets it in a good spot, backs Bradshaw down, muscled up, missed it, gets his own rebound, kicks it out for Jamari. The triple falls out. And Littles retrieves it by out hustling the Scots. Then it's knocked out of his hands, and that's going to be a foul against Torrance.
Honestly, they should have called the foul on Torrance earlier. The reason why he got that rebound is because he had that arm wrapped.
You're right. And then he probably got fouled on the steal, and then he fouled trying to retrieve the steal. There's a lot going on.
It all washed out in the end because it should have been the initial foul on Littles and Lyon basketball, but they have it.
The Scott bench went crazy.
Oh my gosh, they jumped up like, they just hit a 3 or something. Wow, that's a travel.
And the ball will come back over to Missouri Baptist. Spartans lead it 24-12, 7 minutes to go in the half. Spartans have been a little ragged in some spots, but they're playing good enough to pull away. Now leading, we said a minute ago, it was like pretty much tied up in the rebounds. Now the Spartans have 12 to the Scots 7. And they're going to call Littles for a moving screen. 2 quick fouls on Torrance, and so 2 of your post players have a pair of fouls.
Pablo will come in for Torrance, I would imagine.
Tough break there. It wasn't a lot of contact, but he was moving. It's a good call by the officials, and the Scots get the ball right back. 5 fouls for the Spartans, 6 for the Fighting Scots. Sabich around a pick, top of the key, left wing Moses. Sabich, their leading scorer, puts it on the deck, drives into Woodfall, and it's a charge on Sabich. And that's his second foul. Those are mounting up. They've only got 7 of them, but three different players have 2.
Rolasevic is going to come in, number 12.
Kai, you got 21, Kai.
6'8" sophomore.
Robinson into the front court, and now for Yeager. Drives the baseline. Woodfall triple, rim no. Good block out by Koludrovic, who's checked in. And now he has it on the left wing. Driving, Moses missed it. Rebound Hernandez. Still 24-12. We're stuck there, have been for a few minutes. High post now this time for Hernandez. Back to the basket. Turns, faces the defender. Spins his way in, right corner, Jamari. Robinson blows by the defender, dishes the corner. Woodfall missed that one too. Man. He's in some kind of a drought right now for him. Not for a lot of players.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
for him.
A lot of people would love to have that drought.
Stolen away by Woodfall.
Still plays good defense, though.
Waits for his teammates. Skip pass into Robinson. Could have fired the three. He's decided to slow things down. Jaeger left elbow extended. Turns and faces. Has a smaller player on him. Spins away from Moses. Scores and is fouled. Jaeger has 7 first half points. Moses with his first foul. Jaeger getting a few extra minutes with Barker and McKelvin, both Barker and Littles with foul trouble, and he's got 7 first half points. Good look at the Lutheran South product, John Jaeger.
Yep. And the Scott's bench yelling that he stepped over the line on the free throw. That's what you hear the yell coming off of their bench.
Arguing while a guy's shooting.
He's over the line, they said.
Lodrovich on the near wing. And they're going to get Jaeger being a little overly aggressive on the defensive end. Kind of stumbled into the man with the ball.
How about Jaeger already with 8 points in this game as well? Sabic into the game for Kaludrovic.
Jaeger already has 4 rebounds and an assist. He's having a career night, maybe. Sabic missed it. Rebound Castillo got high for that one. And with 4.5 left, the Spartans lead it by 15 here in the first half. Castillo, I don't think has shot the ball yet. He passes it off for Jaeger, now down 2. Hernandez spins away, great pass down low for Jaeger, and he scores easily. And
it's
another
almost not
timeout
fair
by head coach Tapp. And we're going to take a timeout as well. Spartans lead at 29-12. You're watching it on the Spartan Digital Network.
If you're a high school student, close your eyes. It's 5 years from now. You're still you, but you're smarter, savvier, ready to take on the world. You just got a raise at your first job because you had an amazing year. A job you got because you blew away the competition with your interview. An interview you were prepared for because you got your degree from Missouri Baptist University, where you tapped into your God-given gifts and laid the foundation for success. A foundation you built on a vibrant campus where you challenged yourself, strengthened your faith, and prepared for the future. A future you had been contemplating since you were a high school student. When you heard the most amazing radio commercial, where you closed your eyes and thought about where you'd be 5 years from now. It's like it was meant to be. Missouri Baptist University. Shine on. Our undergraduate studies offer 40-plus majors, multiple scholarship opportunities, all situated on a modern West County campus. Visit mobap.edu to find out more.
Drury Inn & Suites is the preferred hotel for Missouri Baptist Athletics. Look no further than the Drury Inn St. Louis Creve Coeur location on Olive, where they offer rooms starting at $99 per night plus tax. You'll enjoy Drury's hassle-free, award-winning service plus free extras that make any reason for travel a breeze. That includes free hot breakfast, free hot food, and beverages with the 5:30 kickback service. Book now at druryhotels.com. Don't forget to use MBU's special rate code of 323777. You're making notes feverishly over there, Kevin Paula.
I wonder why, Harry.
What do you want to tell us?
I want to tell you that head coach Jason Buryanek, the head coach of MBU football, is going to be with us at half. So collecting my thoughts during the break. Thanks for calling me out, Harry.
No, I was expecting some breaking news.
Yeah, well,
no, that
not so much. It's just Kevin going, oh, man, I got to do an interview in a few minutes. I better know what I want to ask.
Robinson left corner straight away. Woodfall made one. He has 5 first half points. His 74th three-pointer of the year. And the Spartans are lead at 32-12. Throwing a defensive glove on this Scots team from Lyon College. 12 points in almost 17 minutes. Moses drives, got fouled, no call, gets his own rebound and scores it. He's looking around at the officials like, hey, I just got beat up.
And I think for good reason.
Yeah,
there was a whole lot of contact there.
And Matt
Brock takes a 30.
Let's talk some things over with his guys. Hey, Spartan fans, make sure to visit the all-new Spartan Team store at SpartanTeamShop.com. Get all your MBU athletics career, customize your own designs, get your orders in by the next home game. That's going to be easy. It's not for a couple of weeks. Thousands of options are available. Go to SpartanTeamShop.com, and you did that this week.
I did, and I want to point out, you said that's going to be easy. Well, keep in mind, the women do play at home next Saturday. So, let's not forget about that. A 3 o'clock tip against Stevens College, who they beat rather handily the last time that they played. So it's a good matchup for them. But, yes, I am wearing my Spartan
gear.
Yeah, exactly. Just got it yesterday, so had to hustle home from work to check it out. Wearing it today.
32-14 is your score. 3:06 to go in the opening half. Spartans with a gigantic lead, looking for win number 24, which would be the most wins ever since Matt Brock got here. 23 wins a year ago. 24 would break his personal record, and they're closing in on the school record as well.
Also closing in on their first conference crown in 14 years.
No look pass. McKelvin.
Too strong.
Great pass by Hernandez.
Everything was good except McKelvin maybe trying to do a little bit too much near the rim.
You know what? He didn't get his jump foot planted, so he was sailing away
Kinda
from the rim.
Glided past the rim a little bit more.
Goes out of bounds. Spartans get it right back, but that was a dazzling pass by number 15. 2:35 to go in the halves. All Spartans here today. We'll try to check some of the out-of-town scores as well. A full slate of games today. Freed Hardeman at Columbia Park at Hannibal LaGrange. Down in the post, Hernandez spins away from a double team. Wide open. McKelvin doesn't miss that one. And he has 5 first-half points also around the league. Williams Baptist is at William Woods. Harris Stowe is at Lindenwood, and Central Baptist at St. Louis College of Pharmacy.
Pablo went back to the well that time, and McKelvin didn't spoil it for him. That time got the bucket. That's a nice move.
Yep, Blake Bradshaw's good-looking freshman. You mentioned that earlier. Not having a lot of success with some of those plays today, but he's a good-looking freshman player.
Hey, box.
Spartans by 20, 34-14, 100 seconds to go in the half.
Pop, Jesus. Pop.
Hernandez left wing straight away. McKelvin, number 4, wants 3. He has a pair of triples in this game, and all of a sudden 8 points for James McKelvin, and it's 37-14.
I was going to say, and all of a sudden a 23-point lead for the Spartans as they're just kind of drawn away. But as impressive as the 37 is, the 14 on the other side through 18 and a half minutes, just wow.
Kevin, this is the number 1 and number 2 defensive team in all of the NAIA. And the Spartans may go by the Fighting Scots today into that number 1 spot.
Yeah, the way it's going now, it may be trending that direction as McKelvin picks up the foul, his first, team foul number 7 against the Spartans.
Littles and Yeager get ready to check back in at the 103 mark. Sabich to the free throw line. 81% free throw shooter. He's good from there, and he doinks it off the front.
You jinxed him. Thanks for
my job.
Yep, that's what we do. It's what we do here. Sometimes our own players, sometimes theirs.
Told you, Kevin, I talked to Justin Wagner and Jeremy Wagner, the first-year assistants there for Coach Chad Tapp at the Fighting Scots squad, as Sabich rebounds with a free throw make. And their first-year coaches, they played together at one of the Nazarene colleges and then came here together and really trying to help Coach Tapp build a program.
Under a minute left to go in the first half. All Spartans so far.
Both teams man-to-man all the way so far defensively. McKelvin into the post to Littles. One dribble, step back, 12-footer. Rims out, and a nice strong rebound by Ray Price. Price started this game and averages 7.6 points a game. Got 2 quick fouls, had to sit. And he has just 1 triple to show for his first half of effort. Drives down the left side against Woodfall. Blocked by Littles out of bounds. Maybe it might have been McKelvin. I just saw a big arm coming, and I kind of assume it's Littles. It might have been
It was
McKelvin.
probably Littles because Kai Woodfall gave Littles a high five as he was walking back in.
It was a left hand, which also made me think it was Littles,
Or as
'cause he's
high of a
lefty.
5 as Kai can give a guy that goes 6'8".
10 to shoot for the Scots. Moses drives into Yeager, loses the handle, flips it up. No good rebound to Kelvin. 15 seconds to go in the half. Spartans by 22. Robinson will hold for the final shot. The Spartans will. Jamari hands it off for Yeager, puts it on the deck. I guess they won't hold for the last one. Yeager goes and scores with 2 seconds.
No need to hold when you can do that.
Buzzer, and the halftime
end of the first
is
half.
in the books.
Wow.
The Spartans have just utterly dominated this game. 39 to 15 is your halftime score. The Spartans are attacking and conquering the Fighting Scots.
Yes.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, the head football coach, Jason Buryanek, will be with us, talking over some of their recruits as you watch the Fighting Scots walk off the floor. Spartans lead this one 39-15. You're watching it on the Spartan Digital Network.
With every sunrise, I feel a ray of hope. With every stumble, I help a friend rise. When I look out at my city, I feel a tug for something more. Inside of me is a light to captivate. At Missouri Baptist University, we inspire each other to lead in the careers of our dreams. The faith and knowledge we grow are a mighty sword for bettering and healing our world. We find our light. We shine on.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
And we're back. It's halftime here at the MBU men's basketball game. They lead at 39-15, and we are now joined by head football coach Jason Buryanek. And Jason, right off the bat, you know, I know we want to talk about what's going to come next year, but just a question for you. Do you get time off at all? Football season's over. Is it right back into it again, or did you get a little bit of downtime before had to hit the trail again?
No, there was no downtime. There was no downtime for sure. We go straight from football season right into recruiting season.
Right.
As you mentioned, we're about a week away from signing day.
Right.
You know, and then that recruiting slows down a little bit.
Right.
We start working on the next year's class a little bit, and then, you know, we're getting ready for spring football. So our downtime doesn't really come until the end of May, and we get a little bit, and then we're starting to get ready for the 2019 campaign.
And when does spring football start for you guys?
We'll start after spring break. So we'll start, I believe, March 20th, and we'll go until about April 14th.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. So, you know, after the season's over, and obviously you do this during the season as well, you kind of assess what you have, what you need type thing. Are you at that point in the recruiting process where you can choose the type of players, or are you just going out there really trying to get the best players that you can get right now? Are you targeted with what you're trying to recruit?
Yeah, that's a great question. We're still always after the best players we can get. You know, I think any good program is going to do that.
Right.
But the one nice thing that we've been able to do in the last 2 years especially, and I think it's even more magnified this year, is we're really able to focus on what needs.
Right.
And really go get the best of those needs. Occasionally, we might run into a guy that is really, really good at one position, and he's going to be kind of a game changer that we'll go after even if he's not in a need. But we're really able to focus on those needs, which helps out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of helping out a lot, the conference kind of mixes up a little bit this year as well. So the schedule changes for you guys. That's going to help out a lot.
Yeah,
you would think anyway.
No, I totally agree. And we love the competition that we've been in with the Mid-East League. But when you really break it down apples to apples, the entire league is great. But the Mid-East, the top 4 teams in that league were ranked in the top 25.
Right.
And on the Midwest, where we're moving to, you had St. Xavier ranked in the top 25, and that was it. When you look at the number 4 team in the Midwest, they weren't above 500. So I really think that it's going to help us and propel us into the top part of that league. The Mid-East is tough.
Yeah, it is tough. And it's not that you don't want to play the tough teams and things like that and match yourself against the best, but also at this point in the history of the program, you kind of need, you don't want to get beat up every week in, week out. I mean, that's the honest part of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then the other side of it is when you come down to recruiting, players want to be on a team that's competitive.
That wins, yeah.
And not that we can't get there in the Mid-East, but I would rather, to your point, be in a very good league and play the great teams come the playoffs.
Right.
And that's a whole different world. When you're in the playoffs and you're competing for a conference championship, man, you can really build the enthusiasm and stuff, kind of like what our men's basketball team is doing. I mean, what they get by being ranked and the excitement about being ranked 3rd or 5th or whatever. Hey, that's hard to put a price tag on.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit, to the extent that you can, about the new guys. Obviously signing day coming up for you guys. Tell us a little bit about what's in the future for this program.
Well, I mean, the couple of guys that we can talk about right off the bat that were needs for us was the quarterback position, just losing Gunner and losing Chase. And then because of health reasons, losing Lucas, our freshman, who was doing some good things this year. So, right away, quarterback was a top need for us. We have 2 guys that are here on campus right now, John Lux and Alex Alcavicius from both transfer guys. John is a transfer from Dodge City. He's actually an Indianapolis guy, but came by way of Dodge City Community College, which is a great football program in the Jayhawk League. And then Alex is from College of DuPage, and then he went to Augustana. So those are 2 guys that will be going through spring, and we're really excited about. And we've got a couple other young guys that we'll announce next week. And then offensive line. We've got to still put a premium there and got to get better at the linebacker and some positions on defense and add some depth. But I really feel really good about where we're at. Getting those 2 quarterbacks in is huge, and we got some other wide receivers like Keith Dixon, who's on campus right now, wide receiver. Another guy, Darian Pullian, who will be a grad transfer from Morgan State, a D1 FCS program. So those 2 guys I think will help us, and what that does is it adds depth, and it kind of helps Anthony Taeli and Isaiah King out, take some pressure off them.
Take the pressure off of that. And you mentioned a certain school that those that follow the program get a little excited about because of Chris Baldwin's success. I hear College of DuPage, and my heartbeat goes up a little bit.
Well, those guys have done a great job recruiting for us. You got Chris Baldwin, you got Jonathan Clements, you got Jordan Benavides. So those 3 guys have really helped us have an inroad, and we've got several guys from College of DuPage here on campus now, and it's hard not to get excited when those guys come in and do that.
Right. So. And you talked about, offensive line getting better. The quarterback position, it's been probably too much of a merry-go-round through your first, 4 or 5 seasons here. Solidifying that position is always something that Harry and I had talked about. If you don't have if you have 4 quarterbacks, you don't have one type thing, and really settling in on that position. So, good to hear that might finally get some stability in it as well.
Yeah, that position is so key in this game.
Right.
I mean, the Patriots, everybody talking about them, and they're going to play tomorrow. And give a lot of credit to Belichick and what he does. But let's be honest, the stability with Tom Brady is invaluable.
Right.
So that position is so critical. I'm really excited about these 2 guys. I think some of these young guys can come in and give them competition, but I really think you're going to see one of these 2 guys be the starter and be the guy that can be that consistent player, and what I've seen out of them so far, they're good leaders. They've got really good arms. We put every quarterback that we've brought in up on the board and in film room, and I'm going to tell you, like, those 2 guys, very, very sharp, and we've put a lot of emphasis on being able to put the work in there.
Yeah. So what's next for you guys? I know signing day coming up, and then spring practice shortly after that. Then.
Yeah. So like I said, we'll finish signing day. We'll start to work on some of the next year's class. Because you can't ever be too far ahead in recruiting.
Right.
In all honesty, a lot of the D1s are starting to recruit sophomores.
Right.
So it forces us to start looking at juniors a little earlier.
Too. Yeah.
But then start just getting our playbook set. I like some of the adjustments we're going to make on offense and defense, but the biggest thing we've talked to these guys about, bring them in. We're watching film with them now a couple times a week, and just being smarter, being able to execute at a little higher level. And we have a really young team, so we take those freshmen and sophomore, get them a little more experience, throw in some of these pieces that we need, and with the new league that you mentioned.
Right.
And I'm excited for 2019.
Yeah, absolutely, I am too. It can't get here soon enough, but I know there's a lot of work that needs to go between here and there. Coach, we really appreciate you joining us today.
Me. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's head coach Jason Buryanek of the Missouri Baptist Spartan football program. It's halftime here at the men's basketball game. They lead at 39-15. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the second half here on the Spartan Digital Network.
If you're a high school student, close your eyes. It's 5 years from now. You're still you, but you're smarter, savvier, ready to take on the world. You just got a raise at your first job because you had an amazing year. A job you got because you blew away the competition with your interview. An interview you were prepared for because you got your degree from Missouri Baptist University, where you tapped into your God-given gifts and laid the foundation for success. A foundation you built on a vibrant campus where you challenged yourself, strengthened your faith, and prepared for the future. A future you had been contemplating since you were a high school student, when you heard the most amazing radio commercial, where you closed your eyes and thought about where you'd be 5 years from now. It's like it was meant to be. Missouri Baptist University. Shine on. Our undergraduate studies offer 40-plus majors, multiple scholarship opportunities, all situated on a modern West County campus. Visit mobap.edu to find out more.
Our thanks to head football coach Jason Buryanek for joining us at the halftime. Kevin, you guys got a scouting report of the upcoming NFL football season.
Yeah, certainly did. Interesting, made a reference to the NFL and Bill Belichick in that interview as well. So good to hear from Coach Jason Buryanek and what he's up to these days, and still trying to build that program, and some good news for them as well.
Tell you a little bit about the halftime statistics in just a minute. First, we just want to remind you that just because it's a home game doesn't mean you need to go home when it's over. Raising Cane's is open after the game to feed your victory. Celebration hunger, Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Spartans lead at 39-15 at the half. In that first half, Jamari Robinson did pick up his 3 assists, now has 300 for his career. The 5th Spartan ever to reach 300 assists. Pablo Hernández had 6 assists in that first half, tying a career high. In the first half, the Spartans' scoring leader was John Yeager with 12 points off the Spartan bench. Also led them in rebounds with 5. He's having a terrific day off of Matt Brock's bench. 5 points for Pablo Hernandez, 9 points for Jamari Robinson, all on 3-point bombs, and 5 points for Kai Woodfall, 8 for James McKelvin, and 3. No, I checked that. Nobody else. Spartans lead it 39-15. 15 points for the Fighting Scots. John Yeager at 12 by himself.
Yeah, Scott shot just 23% in the first half. The biggest difference, both teams have attempted 26 shots. Spartans have hit 15, and the Scots have hit 6, so that's the biggest difference. And then the other 6 3-pointers for MBU, just 1 for Lyon in the game. And so it's a very lopsided game right now. 24-point lead for your Spartans as we get set for the second half.
Kevin Out of Town scores, and I don't have the scores. I just got the margins of leads, so I can't give you the scores. Freed Hardeman is leading Columbia College by 8. Hart is 8 points better than HLG right now in a battle of 2 5-loss teams in the American Midwest Conference. William Woods is up 9 on Williams Baptist. William Woods is a team with just 4 losses, trying to stay somewhat close to the Spartans. Harris Stowe is leading by 1 at home against Lindenwood, and Central Baptist is up 7 against St. Louis College of Pharmacy. We are ready to go to start the second half. The Spartans start with their original starting 5, leading this game by 24 points, 39-15. You would look for the starters to play 5, 6, 7 minutes and then be done.
Yeah, probably. And you mentioned all those out-of-town scores in the AMC. The nice thing about, MBU right now, they don't have to look in the rearview mirror at all. It's all right in front of them. They don't have to worry about what's behind them, because what's behind them is so far behind them that they don't really need to worry about it right now.
Blake Bradshaw scores on the first possession of the second half for the Fighting Scots of Lyon College. Out of their voice, Kevin Paulus. I'm Harry Schrader. We're glad to be with you this afternoon from the Carl and Dolores Petty Sports and Recreation Complex at Missouri Baptist. Jesus Castillo will finally shoot a shot today. Missed it. And Blake Bradshaw with the rebound for the Scots. Sabich races into the front court.
He's like, why not? Everybody else has. I'll try one myself, and that time just a little bit long. We know how streaky he can be.
Good give and go. Floater good. First 4 points are scored by the Fighting Scots. Chave Zachary with that field goal, and his first of the game. 4-0 run for these Fighting Scots. Woodfall on the left side. Now high post for Barker. It's just funny to see Castillo not even take a shot in the first half. Hernandez in traffic. Great dish. Barker shot is blocked. Bradshaw's come out, got a bucket, a rebound, and a block in the opening minute and 15 seconds.
Not quite the Gordie Howe hat trick, but hey,
it's something.
It's something.
Left elbow. Bradshaw works against Barker. Gets it on the give and go, leans into Cal and missed it. Rebound is fumbled. Oops, saved by Castillo. 18:20 to go in the game. Spartans by 20, 39-19. Great pass down to Pablo. Missed the
grabbed
runner.
the net, though.
And then he has it ripped right out of his hands, and Matt Brock is not going to be happy with that effort. Open for 3 is Sabich, and they have scored the first 7 points of the second half. We'll take a timeout, too. Spartans head coach Matt Brock, none too happy. Well, you're watching it right here on the Spartan Digital Network.
It's a long season, so we constantly want to see our guys in the weight room continuing to get bigger, faster, and stronger. In our league, if you aren't strong with the ball, you're going to get pushed around. Spartacus is no different. He's been hitting the weights hard this semester and is really starting to see some progress. He'll be ready come playoff time.
And the Spartans inbound. Matt Brock called a full time because he really wanted to get into his players, but then he broke the huddle. He's like, get back up. Yep. So they rushed through that full timeout and an easy layup for Hernandez.
That's what happens when you take the timeout. You get back to execution again, and they really did on that possession. Great ball movement and an easy bucket for Pablo.
2 good entry passes to Pablo already in this half. He just converted this first of the 2 opportunities. Sabich will drive and blocked out of bounds by Barker, but Barker's going to get the foul. I think there were 2 players there. And they're going to call it on Castillo.
Yeah.
And I think Cal Barker's got to be careful. He stood over that player.
And he said something
too.
Yeah, exactly.
And then one of the officials is talking to Callum right now.
Yep. Looked like it was a little escalated there for a moment.
Free throw. Good. By Sabich. He's their leading scorer, 14.9 points a game. Only got 1 point in the first half on a late free throw. Now has 4 in the second half right away. And the second one spins out. Boy, he's 2 for 4, and he's an 81% free throw shooter. Scoreless Jesus Castillo looks inside, bounces it to Barker. Works against Bradshaw, backs his man down, spins, shoots, and gets fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line, and the foul's on Blake Bradshaw, his first of the day.
Chance to get it back to 20 here.
Barker's had a quiet offensive day. He hasn't scored either. He is a 71% free throw shooter. And Kevin, that statistic has been improving over the last several weeks. Kenny misses a free throw.
Yeah, he's scoring it a little bit more than he did early in the season. Missed them both. Wow.
It's in his head right now. I mean, today he's looked a little off all day. A couple early fouls kind of made him unhappy and has fumbled the ball a time or two. And so he'll get it back, but it's not been his best game just yet. Triple. Good. That one by Ray Price. And the Fighting Scots are fighting back. Now just down 15, 41-26. Woodfall, open 3. Got it. Ty Woodfall buries the triple, his second of the day, 8 points on the day for the Aussie.
Good answer on the offensive end to keep this at an 18-point lead. And Harry, the one thing I don't like is, the way that this Spartan team is playing. Second halves are usually kind of like going to church as far as the amount of noise in here. As you can see, there's not a lot of electricity that's happening. The band takes most of the second half off. A lot of people take off at halftime when it's a 24-point lead for the Spartans. So not a lot of energy in the building right now.
Bradshaw scored that last basket for the Scots, and Hernandez will retaliate with a bucket at the other end. 4 in the second half for Pablo, 9 in the game.
In fact, I feel like a golf announcer sometimes. Harry, am I talking too loud?
Bradshaw turns and faces Barker. Driving, double clutch in a bucket for Antanas Kremelis in his first field goal of the game. And this Fighting Scots team is a different ball club here in the second half.
They're scoring some points, that's for sure. They already matched their first half total through 4.5 minutes of the second half, not even 4.5.
Jamari drives, alley-oop.
And just Barker off the fingertips.
Good pass by Jamari Robinson.
Yeah, Lyon, obviously, I'm sometimes good at math. They were on pace for 30 points in the game after the first half. That's a nice
foul by Barker.
Nice assist there.
Zachary is really hurt. He came down the floor grabbing his right shoulder, kept waving to the bench saying, hey, I got problems here.
Barker's third.
And I don't think he's coming out of the game. Kevin, he's all bent over, right arm dangling. I guess they're going to wait till the second free throw.
They don't have anyone at the table yet to check in for him,
do they? You can't see him from your angle. Free throw no good, and he'll be replaced by 23 Brandon England.
Yeah, he's now using that right arm.
He came jogging past us, and you could see him just grabbing his shoulder. I was glad it was a shoulder. I thought he was having heart problems or something. I mean, he looked really bad. Training staff will take a look at him. Free throw, the second one is good by Kremelis.
Missed the first one, so it gets it to a 15-point lead or
As
deficit.
close as they've been in a long time.
It really is.
Woodfall for three.
Yep,
got it.
Second of the second half and 3 on the game, and you know when he's in rhythm because he shot it, he was already running down the floor like, yep, I got it.
Spartans with the revised lineup go to that zone that they like to implement now. Inside pass to Bradshaw, foul and a bucket. Castillo was just a hair late, got his hand on the ball, but also fouled him, and it went in. Blake Bradshaw having a good second half for head coach Chad Tapp. He already has 6 points in the second half, has drawn a couple of fouls, and goes to the free throw line to try to complete the traditional three-point play.
Yeah, he's got 10, and as we mentioned, the left-handed freshman missed the free throw. He's going to be a good player in this league for years to come, you can tell.
Kevin, they're 4 of 7 from the line. Yeager drives, has his pass blocked out of bounds.
He's trying to dump it down to Littles. Lyon got some hands in there. Blake Bradshaw saw someone come up off the bench. He looks like, no. And then all of a sudden he's like, I'm in it. Let me stay in it.
Vlasovic replaces him. Castillo catches the inbounds pass in the right corner. 13 to shoot for the Spartans, leading by 16, 49-33. Yeager puts it on the deck, drives into the defender, got grabbed and scored. Oh, and they're going to call Yeager for lowering the shoulder. That was kind of one of those 50-50 plays, Kevin. A lot of things going on. And Yeager gets the foul.
He called the foul on 13. We don't have a 13.
It's going to be on Yeager. There's no question.
Well, it's on
that.
Yeager,
Yeah.
but if he called the foul on 13.
Well, I'll tell you, they were banging. But then as Yeager went up to shoot, the defender wrapped his arms around John. But they were calling the foul before that.
On Yeager is his second.
Already 4 fouls against the Spartans. It's been a good second half for the Fighting Scots. They've cut into the lead, put the Spartans in some foul trouble.
It's confused because 13, Cremelis, he was the defender.
He was the defender. Triple blocked by Littles, his third of the day. Woodfall into the front court. Now 97 block shots in his career, Kevin. He's 3 away from 100.
Already the all-time leading shot blocker at MBU. This time the foul on the Fighting Scots is Amir Savic. And a timeout taken by Chad Tapp.
And we'll take it to the Spartans lead at 49-33. You're watching it on the Spartan Digital Network.
Hi, I'm looking for the athletics department. Is anyone there? Hello? Hello? I just want to find out what time the basketball game is on Thursday. Look, every time I call the athletics department, this happens. Do you think this is funny? Because I don't. I think it is really unprofessional.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love in the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Spartans leading this one 49-33 as we're a couple of minutes here into the second half. And this is the second to last home game of the season for the Spartans. Last one will be on February 21st. It's a Thursday night game against Columbia College. So the next 3 games on the road for the Spartans as they wind it down here in the 2018-2019 season. They lead by 16 with 13:50 left.
Spartans gave up only 15 points in the first half. They've given up 13 in the first 18 in the first 6.5 minutes of this second half. So the Fighting Scots have fought their way back into respectability in this game, and a bumping foul called against Brandon England, his second foul of the day. And now 4 fouls apiece here in the second half between the Scots and the Spartans. Want to pack the petty back on the 21 of February, Kevin. That's senior night. We want to honor this historic team.
Might, at that point, have the most wins in program history, you would think.
Yeager misses the triple, 13:31 to go, and the ball goes back over to Lyon College. They're 16 down. They could make this a game yet, Kevin.
The Spartans come off of a very, very busy streak to now. They just have one game next week on Thursday. No Saturday game at all for the men. The women will host Stevens, but MBU is going to get a little bit of rest coming off of this one.
McKelvin with the rebound off the miss, and a lineup of Woodfall, Yeager, McKelvin, Castillo, and Littles for Missouri Baptist. Woodfall gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. He got grabbed out by the top of the key, and then he drove by that guy, and then he got fouled on the way up. Hernandez checks back in for Castillo.
And Bradshaw coming back in for the Scots. Jamori Robinson is going to come in.
Milosevic picked up the foul.
Kai Woodfall will check out.
Pablo spins right, left, dishes. Little's got fouled on the way up. And he'll go to the free throw line, and that foul is going to be called on Cremelis, his third. Great dish by Hernandez. Hernandez had Littles been able to score that, would have picked up his 7th assist. He has 6 today, which ties his all-time career high for a single game, 6 assists. Good look at Torrance Littles, who makes the free throw. Torrance first point of the day. Imagine he'll get plenty of clock here in the second half, as will a bunch of the players down on the bench. But Matt Brock's going to want to get a lot bigger lead before he just empties the bench. 13:02 to go. Littles missed the second. 50-33. Spartans by 17 into the front court comes Sabic. Amir Sabic from, he went to Fort Hays State, and he's from Croatia. Bradshaw misses, rebound Hernandez. Oh, and a little ticky-tack foul against Blake Bradshaw.
You get the ticky-tack, and then Pablo threw a bit of an elbow there as he Spartans living a bit on the edge here in the second half. First foul again, or actually second foul, I guess, against Blake Bradshaw.
And now 6 for the Fighting Scots. Spartans will be shooting free throws with the rest of the game for fouls. Spartans had 4 and the Fighting Scots had 6. Now it's 6, had 3. Now it's 6-4. Scots with more than the Spartans, and going to be a reach-in foul against Verlasovic. They're a physical team. What I mean is they get their arms around you a lot.
Yeah. They like to hug.
It's a clutch and grab kind of defense.
I like to give some hugs.
Jim goes quiet. Hernandez makes the free.
Double figures for him. He's up to 10.
18th time out of 25 games for Pablo Hernandez to be in double figures. And his free throw percentage has been climbing over the last couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, we used to say that's the one thing he doesn't do well is shoot free throws, and he's gotten a lot better.
It's up to 69% coming into this game, but he was in the low 60s earlier, and it's just building up. Blake Bradshaw puts it on the deck against Littles and has his shot blocked. Oh, and Torrance is going to get called for the foul. Might have got him on the wrist or the hand after he got the ball as well. Littles picks up foul number 3. Spartans by 19 to the free throw line. Blake Bradshaw, 62% free throw shooter. 6 points here in the second half, 10 points in the game, and now he converts again. 6'8", 220-pound freshman from Conway, Arkansas, Blake Bradshaw. Got them both. And the lead is down to 17. Spartans were going to blow this team out by 30 or 35, maybe 40, and instead it's a 17-point game. Hernandez with good up and under move and scores on the scoop.
My goodness. 8.5, 13 in the game for Pablo, and not many of them are going to be prettier than that.
Came in averaging over 14 now at 14.2 after that 29-point performance Thursday night. Bradshaw on the block against Little. Spins left, right, hooks, and it falls in for Blake Bradshaw. Torrance playing with those 3 fouls. Backed off a bit that time. Yeager and Price were banging each other on a cut across the top of the key. It's a physical game. Fadeaway jumper, Hernandez spins out. 11 minutes to go. Into Bradshaw, now guarded by Hernandez because of the Littles foul situation. Floater up, no good. Sabic, rebound Littles. Robinson into the front court. Spartans need to go on a little run here. Just kind of put this team away. Hernandez down to the block. For Jamari, thought about it, drives and lost it. Taken away by Sabic, 3-on-2 the other way against McKelvin. Euro step, blocked by McKelvin. Has it knocked out of his hands by Pablo. Runs it down, has it deflected and stolen away by the Scots. Leaning into Hernandez and missing the shot, or they're going to call it prior to the shot. Hernandez kind of got the worst end of that. His shoulder into his gut, knocked the wind out of him. The foul on Pablo is his second.
There's a lot of players that are coming up gimpy after that. Sabic is a little injured. Pablo was doubled over, got something in the stomach. Littles comes off unscathed as far as we can tell. You know, there's a lot of, there was some ugly basketball there for a couple of moments, and bodies flying everywhere.
Barker and Castillo back into the game. Bradshaw puts it on the deck, hesitates, step back jumper. They cannot stop Blake Bradshaw right now. And Barker and Littles, who are primarily guarding him, both have 3 fouls, so they don't want to be overly aggressive either.
Got 11.5, I think. Maybe 12.
Barker at the block, works against the freshman, backs in and kicks it out. Woodfall, Robinson around the wing for Castillo. Now back for Big Cal with 5 to shoot. Backs the man down, spins, gets fouled and scores.
Yeah.
Barker is on the score sheet, and Bradshaw picks up foul number 3. The lead had gotten down to 13. Well, it was back up to 17. Back down to 15, I guess it was. He wanted that field goal in a bad way.
He did. He needed it. He's been a little grumpy this afternoon. Maybe that'll help him.
And he makes the free throw. Missed his first 2 free throw opportunities in this half and makes that one. A traditional 3-point play for Cal, and the Spartans lead by 18 again, 57-39 with 9:38 to go. There's been some salty moments in this game.
There certainly have.
Backdoor cut, great entry pass, shot blocked by Castillo. Give and go, driving, layup good. Nicely done by Ray Price. He cut to the hoop, got rewarded. Jamari gets grabbed. Passes out for Woodfall, who gets body checked. Who throws it away? And then Yeager smacks the defender in the face. Yeager, his 3rd foul. He raked Price across the face. And now both teams are over the limit, and shooting the 1-and-1 will be Ray Price, the 6'3" freshman from Bartlett, Tennessee. Came into the game averaging 7.6. He has 8 points in this game. And now checking right back in is Shave Zachary. You can see the score there and a good look at the young man, Ray Price. A couple of good-looking freshmen on this. Freshmen, that's probably the wrong word. Freshmen. Freshermen. How am I supposed to say that?
Freshmen.
Multiple freshmen. Price made the free throw. He has a pair of threes, a 2 and a 1 now. And he missed the second. And both of those starting freshmen that are doing nice work for Chad Tapp are both lefties. I think a left-hander always has an advantage in the game of basketball. You're so used to guarding right-handed players. Jaeger puts it on the deck, backs in against the defender, jump stop, and a foul. And this time, Cremelis is unhappy. They've been banging one another, and one time they called Jaeger, this time they call Cremelis his 4th foul, and Jaeger will shoot the 1-and-1. It's a physical game out there. It's not a game for the weak of heart.
Yeah, it's they're going at it back and forth. And Lyon, you know, I think you would say they have successfully slowed down Missouri Baptist, but maybe not enough. I mean, the lead's still 15. It's, you know, this game hasn't been decided yet, but it's trending in the right direction for the Spartans. But yeah, they've done a great job kind of holding things in check this afternoon.
Jaeger gets the roll. His first point of the second half. 13 points in the game for the Lutheran South player, John Jaeger. 6'4", 180-pound sophomore. Played sparing minutes last year, and he's become a valuable part of Matt Brock's rotation. 14 points in this game for Jaeger. 6 rebounds and 1 assist. He's had a solid game. 8:38 to go. Spartans by 17, 59-42. Blake Bradshaw drives into Barker, spins back, and kicks it way out to the sideline by Sabic. Good defense by Cal. Now Bradshaw will drive with 10 to shoot and make the layup. Good spin move by Blake Bradshaw. What a great second half.
This kid's going to be a player. 14 in the second half, 18 on the game.
That was a nice spin move, wasn't it?
That was about as nice as you're ever going to see.
Castillo doesn't have Barker, gives it to him anyway. He wants to back in against the young freshman, senior V freshman. 250 versus 220.
Yeah.
But he kicks it back out to Jamari. 5 to shoot for the Spartans. Kai will put it on the deck, pull up, shoot from 16 to knock it down.
First 2-point bucket of the second half for him after a couple of threes. He's up to 13 points, which is nearing his season average of 13.3.
He's in double figures. Jaeger's in double figures. Hernandez in double figures, and the Spartans lead by 17. Scots like to slow it down when they get it on the offensive end. High floater off the window and scored by Sabic.
Usually averages about 15. Right now has 8.
Yeah, 6 of them in this half. Spartans really shut him down in the first half.
I think that's 7, actually.
Woodfall into the left block. Bodied up by Bradshaw, trying to hold his ground against the big Aussie. Jump hook, no good. Cal gets up there and kind of loses sight of the rim sometimes. 61-46. Into the post, Bradshaw. Head and shoulder fake. Now we'll pop it up from 7 and knock it down. Unstoppable is Blake Bradshaw.
Even 20.
Spartans can't stop him, and they're not scoring on him at the other end. And Matt Brock wants another timeout. He is really unhappy with the way his team has played this half.
6.5 minutes left. This lead is only 13, Harry. They're coming back, and this game is far from over. The Spartans can't just pack it in.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers is the official chicken of Missouri Baptist Athletics. When you're heading home after the game, head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. I do it pregame usually. Cane's fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers and sauce. It's the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. And Kevin, the Spartans have really struggled in the second half, but this is what Matt Brock was telling us Thursday night. This Scots team just wears on you and makes you play defense a long time.
Absolutely do. They wear you out defensively.
And so they played terrific in this second half.
Yeah, they really have. They've after scoring just 15 points in the first half, they have 33 scored here in the second half. And Spartans on the flip side have only scored 22 in their own right. So really a great second half for Lyon. Will it be enough? We don't know, but only down by 13.
Spartans shooting 55% for the day, 47% from deep. They've made 9 of 12 from the free throw line. They've out-rebounded the Scots 28 to 23. Bench points for the Spartans is where it's all at. 23 points from the bench. The Scots have just 4. And the Spartans lead at 61-48 here with in the final half of the final half. with that lead. Gateway Metro Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. If you're in the market for a new home or refinance of your existing mortgage, or you have other lending needs, let Gateway Metro take care of it. Gateway Metro Federal Credit Union, they're the official credit union of Missouri Baptist Spartan Athletics.
Spartans lead by 13. I'm scanning to look at scores from around the area. Look like William Woods leading Williams Baptist by 13 with about a minute 48 left. College of Pharmacy is getting it handed to them by Central Baptist right now. Bucket by Pablo Hernandez.
Hernandez carried the offensive load in the second half. He has 10 in the half, 15 in the game, if my numbers are correct. Bradshaw on the right side flips it outside. He's done most of his work on the left side of the lane. That time he was on the opposite wing. Open in the corner. Triple on the way is good by Ferris Verlasovic. That's his 7th of the year, his first of the day, and we'll take a timeout too. 63-51. It's now a 12-point deficit. You're watching it on the Spartan Digital Network. 63-51 is your score. Drury Inn Suites is the preferred hotel of Missouri Baptist Athletics. Look no further than the Drury Inn St. Louis Creve Coeur location on Olive Boulevard. They offer rooms starting at $99 per night plus tax. You'll enjoy Drury's hassle-free award-winning service plus free extras that make any reason for travel a breeze. That includes free hot breakfast, free hot food, a whistle and a foul. We'll talk about that in a minute. They have beverages there available with the 5:30 kickback service. Book now at druryhotels.com. And don't forget to use MBU's special rate code 323-777. Foul was on Berlasovic, his third. And Pablo goes to the free throw line. Now it's Chad Tapp's turn to talk to the officials about something he thinks perhaps they've not noticed. Free throw missed by Pablo.
You're missing
but the Scots are in the double bonus, are over that 10 foul limit. Sabic got that rebound so well. He forgot. He didn't realize it was the 2-shot foul. Back to the free throw line goes the second team preseason All-American Pablo Hernandez. And he missed that one short. And it remains a 12-point lead for the Spartans with 5:45 to go. Driving, shooting, and coming up short. Castillo with the rebound. Played good defense, and then he got the rebound.
Only a 12-point lead here, Harry. This is making me a little nervous here. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you've got the advantage, but the team has just not been sharp in the second half. Hernandez backs his way down and dishes to Yeager, who scores. First field goal of the second half for John, and he has 16 points, and that assist for Hernandez is a new career high for him, 7 in the contest.
Hands, James, hands. Hands, James. Get up, James, get up, get up.
14-point lead now for the Spartans with under 5 minutes to go. Looking for win number 24, looking for conference win number 16. Bradshaw wants to work against Hernandez, spins to the baseline, missed it, and it's knocked out of bounds, belonging to the Spartans.
Did they call a foul? No, they just said it was off of the Lyon player.
And Cremelis will check back in for the Scots. I think it was Brandon England that went out with that shoulder injury, and we haven't seen him since he left the contest. Hope he gets better. Castillo left of center to Hernandez. A chance to expand that lead. It got down to 12, up to 14 now, and they have the basketball. Hernandez spins, right, left, lost it. Diving on it is Yeager, trying to hold on to the possession, and a timeout for Matt Brock. McKelvin wisely called the timeout, and we will take the timeout as well. Spartans lead at 65-51. You're watching it on the Spartan Digital Network.
If you're a high school student, close your eyes. It's 5 years from now. You're still you, but you're smarter, savvier, ready to take on the world. You just got a raise at your first job because you had an amazing year. A job you got because you blew away the competition with your interview. An interview you were prepared for because you got your degree from Missouri Baptist University, where you tapped into your God-given gifts and laid the foundation for success. A foundation you built on a vibrant campus where you challenged yourself, strengthened your faith, and prepared for the future. A future you had been contemplating since you were a high school student. When you heard the most amazing radio commercial, where you closed your eyes and thought about where you'd be 5 years from now. It's like it was meant to be. Missouri Baptist University. Shine on. Our undergraduate studies offer 40+ majors, multiple scholarship opportunities, all situated on a modern West County campus. Visit mobap.edu to find out more.
Spartan fans, make sure you visit the all-new Spartan Team store at SpartanTeamShop.com. Get all your MBU athletics gear, customize your own designs, get your orders to your home in time for next Saturday's women's game. Thousands of options are available. Go to SpartanTeamShop.com today. Kevin's looking at those out-of-town scores. We'll get those from him in just a moment. Castillo gets ready to trigger baseline left with 4:22 to go, 6 on the shot clock. Spartans by 14, 65-51. Inbound to Yeager. He'll lay it up and in. Great pass by Castillo and a well-drawn-out play by head coach Matt Brock.
Yeager now with 18.
One away, I think.
One away from his career high. That's right. Had 19 against College of Pharmacy back on November 15th of this year.
Carmelis, top of the key. 4 minutes to go. Spartans by 16. They've scored the last 4 to open up the lead a little bit again. Good pass by Bradshaw. A little hot, though, and Carmelis couldn't gather it. Back in December, the Spartans beat this team 62-56, 67-51 is the score right now. Similar game in terms of final scores. Woodfall got hacked. Step back, triple. Nope, off the front of the rim. Boy, he got belted. Nobody noticed. And now Chad Tapp, I thought, called a timeout. And he does take the timeout. I thought he was calling a timeout. Then it looked like Paul Fitzwater was saying there was a foul. Instead, it is the timeout, and it's the last timeout for head coach Chad Tapp of the Lyon Fighting Scots.
They asked him if he wants a full or a 30. He's like, I got one. Whatever I got, that's what I'm taking.
That's what I'll take. Kevin, what about those out-of-town scores?
Out-of-town scores, Freed Hardeman trailing Columbia by a score of 79-68. Park is, I believe, up on HLG. I'm trying to find that one. William Woods beating Williams Baptist by a score of 82-65. Right now, Lindenwood Belleville leading Harris Stowe 56-48. College of Pharmacy not doing so well down at CBC. That one 81-63.
Park and HLG, both 5-loss teams, battling for the, birthrights, different birthrights. That's really great. Births in the tournament and jostling for position, playing one another head up. And then William Woods, the second-place team in the AMC, 11-4. Trying to somehow keep pace with the Spartans and hope somebody will knock them off.
And that one actually is a final. William Woods does beat Williams Baptist by a score of 86-55.
Spartans by 16, 67-51. And the Fighting Scots of Lyon College have the basketball with 3:32 to go in this one. Spartans trying to win their 4th in a row, 24th of the year.
Feeling a little better about it by 16 with 3.5 left.
Long triple. Vlasovic hit his second of the second half. And just like that, it's down to a 13-point margin. Once again, his second triple of the game. McKelvin, Yeager, Hernandez, Castillo, and Woodfall out there. Jesus Castillo still has not scored, and I think he's taken one shot. Kick save.
And a beauty.
Ray Price. Kicked it right to head coach Matt Brock. 3:03 to go, 13 to shoot for the Spartans. McKelvin will inbound right next to Kevin Paulus. He's always wanted your autograph. You could have.
I can feel the greatness with him that close.
The Hazelwood East product has it again. Between the circles to the Lutheran South guy. And Woodfall gets a cheap little foul that time from Price. What I mean is there wasn't much contact, and I think that was a coaching call, meaning Matt Brock had told the officials, hey, our guy's getting beat up by number 11. Next time down, got an incidental contact and a foul. Woodfall to the free throw line, 8 points in half, 13 in the game. Kai terrific from the line, and he knocks this one down. Littles will check in, free agent.
Good second half for him. 9 points, 9 of his 14 here coming in the second.
Got them both. It got down to 12. Spartans have outscored them 6-3 since then. Hope to expand that lead again. Good dish. Bradshaw waits for people to fly by, misses the shot. Might have been partially blocked by Castillo, and Woodfall comes up with a loose ball. 2:40 to go. Spartans by 15. Castillo into the front court. Hernandez on the right wing. Kevin's chuckling at the coaches. McKelvin, 15-footer, good. McKelvin's first field goal of the second half, and he is in double figures. For the 10th time this season, 71-54, now 17-point lead.
I'm laughing because Chad Tapp having a word with the official. It's like I say one word and you yell at me. He's been chewing your ear all night, you know. And the official turned around and said, I know, like that.
Vlasovic misses the triple. Boy, Kevin, it got a little tight, and the Spartans have just stepped on it a little bit and opened it back up again.
You just wonder if Lyon is, running out of momentum a little bit too. A little bit tired here down the stretch. It's hard to come back from that kind of deficit, not just closing it, but having enough energy left to compete after you close it.
Castillo remains scoreless. Missed the triple. 88 seconds to go in the contest. Spartans by 17. It got a little tight, but they're going to win this one and get to 24-1.
Yeah, neither team going to make it to their offensive average number on the season. Scots average 68 points a game. They're not going to get there. And the Spartans average 80 points a game, and I don't think they're going to get there either.
But we are over 71, so the great chicken place that's open on Sundays tomorrow, you can get a buy one, get one free box combo at Cane's. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers tomorrow. Just walk into that
Manchester.
The Manchester location. Say, hey, Spartans had over 70 yesterday. Give me that free box combo. It's buy one, get one free.
I'm starting to think Ray Price may have missed his calling. He's a soccer player. He's got quick feet. It's twice. Now he's booted the ball out of bounds with that quick left foot.
Woodfall inbounds to McKelvin. I'm running every play for Castillo right now. He hasn't scored yet. Woodfall throws it into the corner for Hernandez. He'll drive the baseline, lay it up and in. He was determined to put that one in and did. And 17 points for Pablo Hernandez, and he just moved Kevin into 14th all time on the scoring list here at Missouri Baptist.
12 of those coming here in the second half, and I just,
check that 13.
That's a block by Littles, partial. Little's like, hey, reward me. I'm running down the floor. Look how fast I am. I'm wide open. And they didn't look up because they're not really interested in scoring.
If you're right about that, Kevin, I think that's 98 now. We'll see the official numbers.
Pretty sure he just got one there. The interesting thing here is, what do you got? 3 of your 5 starters still in the game at the end of this contest, which I never would have predicted against Lyon.
No, it shouldn't have been this way.
No.
6 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, buzzer. Basketball game. Spartans win it 73-54 and run their record to 24-1, 16-1 in the American Midwest Conference. A little bit of a salty game, and a game where the Spartans had a gigantic lead at the half and just kind of had to survive the second half, and they win it 73-54. And the winning continues here at Mobac.
Yeah, absolutely. Running that record at 24-1, 16-1 in the conference. They did give up 39 points in the second half, though.
Matt Brock will be unhappy about that second half. But
Make sure you ask him about that.
No, I'm leaving that alone. The head coach comes and joins us now after a 73-54 win against Lyon College. Now 16-1 in conference play. Congratulations on the win. I know you're not thrilled with the second half, but you're happy with the win.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you get up that big, and you give up 15 points. We played almost a really good first half defensively, especially, and we had a couple shots that we normally make that we didn't hit. We could have stretched it out a little bit. You got to give them credit. They fought, and they were really physical, and they were going to force us to win the game and not just kind of cruise in the second half.
They play a lot of kind of clutch and grab. What I mean is they really make the officials make calls, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you're going to get when you're big. You're just going to get that kind of defense at times, and we just got to adjust better and not get frustrated. I thought Cal got a little bit of frustration, and then he kind of got a hold of himself and made some better plays there in the second half. But we just got to adjust.
Hernandez moves into 13th, I think, all-time in the scoring list today, and John Yeager gave you really a big lift in that first half.
Yeah, John was really good. John was really good the first half. He kind of presents you with the matchup problem because he can put the ball on the floor so well, and he rebounds well enough, even though he's only about 6'4", but he can play him at that 4 spot, and we kind of move him in and out. But he played really well for us and kind of got us a little bit of that cushion in the first half, and he's a good player.
You guys have been playing 2-3 games a week for several weeks. That starts to wear a team down a little bit. Now you get some time off a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to have a game on Thursday and not on Tuesday. So we can kind of get back in our normal routine where we just lift and shoot.
What do Chris Buzzle and John Caraballo think they can do, just walk right through our interview that? They act like they used to play here.
Appreciate their support. It's good to have the alums back in the gym. But, yeah, we get back in our regular routine, just watching film, lift, shoot, and then practice Tuesday, practice Wednesday, and prepare for Thursday, And
then you're off Saturday.
Yeah. So it comes at a good time. I think these guys have really prepared and really focused. And, the Thursday to Saturday game is such a quick turnaround for the staff as well, and getting ready for that opponent on Saturday that it'll be nice. But so I'll be happy to get back into that routine a little bit.
Jamari is pretty unselfish. I mean, here tonight he gets his 300th assist, maybe more than that. I don't know if he got more assists in the second half. Hit those 3 threes early, and then honestly just didn't look to shoot. I mean, a couple times he was open and was like, I don't think I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, and he's shooting the ball really well. He's getting some wide open looks, and he's taking them. And the thing that I've talked to him about is he's got to keep looking to shoot it, because when you're open, if you don't shoot it, nobody else is open. And so when you drive it, then nobody else is open. So you're not going to create anything against good defenses. They're going to put 2 on Pablo. You're the guy that's open. You got to move it. If somebody rotates to you, then you can extra, you can drive it. But he's a guy that hasn't been a shooter most of his life and put a lot of work in, and so now he's kind of adjusting to that role. But he's doing fine.
He got you off going early, and then, like I said, he kind of just like, well, I got my 9. I don't have to press.
Yeah, well, they changed their coverage a little bit. They went post to post, so it was different guys were getting open, not just him. They were leaving him early, and then they started doubling post to post and trying to rotate.
They were really doubling down a ton against you guys, more than almost anybody I've seen all year.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty good inside. Cal had a big game at their place, so I knew that they're going to be coming to him hard. And I thought for the most part we handled the double team well. I think we could have done a little bit better, but. Pablo and Cal are best when they're playing slow, and they're very unselfish, so they're not going to try to force anything over a double team. They're going to pass to their teammates and get something good.
24-1 has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, it's a credit to our staff. Coach Goodwin, Coach Flynn, the rest of the guys have been doing an excellent job of working extremely hard to prepare these guys for our opponents. Our guys have been really focused. There's not a lot of extra stuff that goes on. And so we've prepared consistently. That's why I think we've competed consistently, and we've performed consistently. So that's a pillar of our program. We want to be consistent. We want to be the same. Win or lose, tomorrow we get better, and this team really has that in their character.
We won't see you for a couple of weeks. You're on the road.
Yep.
Go get them Thursday night.
Thanks, Harry.
That's head coach Matt Brock. Spartans win it tonight by a final score of 73-54. Win it by 19 points. And they run their record of 24-1, 16-1 now in the American Midwest Conference. 3-game bulge over second place. And so they roll and win, and they just keep rolling. The Spartans are having just a dynamic season, a historic season here in the American Midwest Conference. They've handed us the final stats quickly. We'll tell you Pablo Hernández leads the team with 17. No, he didn't. He had 17 points, but John Yeager led the team with 18, 15 points for Kai Woodfall, and 10 for James McKelvin. A career-high 8 assists for Pablo Hernández in the game, setting a new mark for him tonight. Jamari Robinson, 3 assists, reaching the 300 assist level, just the 5th Spartan ever to do that. 5 block shots for Torrance Littles tonight. 99 in his career, the most ever by a Spartan, but he will be the first one ever to hit triple digits as well. Spartans get back after it Thursday night on the road. We won't be back with you, Kevin, until the 21st of February. Nod at me if that's true. 21st February, next home game right here at the Petty Sports Complex. That'll do it for us. We'll be gone for a couple of weeks from these because the Spartans are on the road. Then they have a day off. Then they're on the road again. We look forward to bringing you Spartan basketball later in the month of February. For our great crew, camera people, and folks taking care of pushing all the buttons in the back, and my friend Kevin Paulus, I want to remind you, since you've been there, make it a better place. The Spartans win it 73-54. You've been watching it right here on the Spartan Digital Network, and we say goodbye to you from the Petty Sports and Recreation Complex.